Hey there, I'm Mark Friedman. I'm the Lean Practice Lead here at Tulip, and today what I want to do is show you an example of an application that can be used for a very specific use case in manufacturing, but it's a pretty common one. I'm calling it a stationary assembly, and what that means is basically in your operation you might have these stations that rather than working like an assembly line where you have a sequence of operations occurring in an order and an assembly line, you have basically a bay or a station where the work actually is moved to that station and it stays there as it goes through multiple operations without really moving. While it's there, associates may log in and log out of this station and work on different steps of the sequence. So this is usually typical where you'd find a large piece of equipment that's being manufactured is going to go to this table or this bench and it's going to be worked on over a period of time. And the operators have to basically perform a bunch of activities that's special to both that product and the group of stations that they're in. So let's say that's a welding station. So maybe the frame gets moved over, then they assemble the frame and weld it and buff the weld and that sort of thing. This is sort of the use case I'm referring to here. So I'm going to walk you through sort of how this application works and how you can use it to manage not only the status of each station, but also the status of all the workers who might be working within the station, as well as the product in the station too. So let's just get right into it here. This is the station terminal. So this would be a touch screen at the station, maybe at the front of the station or inside of it near the work. And the associates could basically go up to that station and log in by scanning their badge. So let's simulate that right now. So I just had a user pretend scanning a badge, and that user is going to be logged into this station. And then let's add another user in there as well, just to show that you can have multiple and they can be doing different things. So the next thing they might do is they might indicate the cell is running, but maybe they could say, something's wrong with the welder or whatever, and the cell's down, and this could trigger a series of activities and form some sort of and-on system alert. But instead, let's just focus on the work portion of it for now. Next thing they would probably do is scan a work order if there wasn't anything already in the cell. So we're going to simulate that as well. And let's say they're going to scan a work order that belongs to family 2. And family 2 is going to have this sequence of operations that is required of them. So now what can happen is the associate can indicate, they can see what sort of events need to occur, and they can actually click on one of these. So let's say they're going to say, I'm going to begin drilling. So they're going to click on their name. They're going to say they're going to start drilling the hole. And this person is going to begin drilling the hole. And now what happens is an image of the work instruction shows up, maybe a description, maybe some tooling or fixtures could show up. They could also click on this and go to videos or these sorts of things. And let's say the other user recognizes that the drill hole is in progress, and they're going to start the deburring process. So they're going to log into this. And now you can see sort of at a glance that the associates, what they're working on, and the associates can walk up to the screen at any time and click on their image, and they get information regarding their the work that they're performing. And they can also complete this operation. Or maybe they can leave for the shift. So maybe this person's going to leave. So they're not working on it anymore, but that's still in progress. It's not done yet. But maybe this person is going to finish their operation. So now you can very quickly see that this is complete, this one isn't, and maybe he's going to begin working on this operation. Or begin working on this operation. So that's how this is gonna work. And I'm going to show you how you can set up, use this same application to set up your process. So for now, let's just complete these operations. Let's just complete them so that they go away. And we'll have the users also log out. So the users are going to log out of the station, give us a fresh station, and we'll make a new station from scratch, just see how it works, as well as a new product. So using the same application, you're able to manage your users. So maybe you want to create users here. You can type in a new username. You can take a picture of that user, or maybe you can just edit your users. You can also see all your users and what their statuses are. So these ones are logged out. These are new users, and so forth. So we could use this application to create users. We could also work and manage our stations. So when you log into Tulip, your device is assigned to a station, and we're using that station to populate here. In this case, let's change this station to be a new, let's update this station. So I'm going to load up this station here, and I'm going to change it to be a welding station. So that means that I'm going to pick an image here for welding. And what that means basically is that I'm assigning this station to be here are the groups that I have available. I'm going to create a new group. This is going to be the welding group. So now what happens here is this station is now in the welding group. So when product goes through a certain group of stations, then the sequences of operations that would occur in that sequence are now going to be what's showing on the screen. So let's manage some of that. So here, let's pick our station group. Let's pick welding group, and let's select a family, or let's just create a new family. Let's call it, family 5. Okay, and here I've created family 5. This is a group of product that work together. I can assign new products to this family if I want to. So when you scan the SKU, it references this family. But let's describe this family. The first thing we'll do here is, let's say we're going to cut the metal. And then let's say we want to weld, or fixture parts. And then we're going to weld parts. And then let's maybe buff. So I can also move these up and down if I want to. So if I want to move this up because I made a mistake or I want to change something, I can do that. But for now, let's just use this. So for fixturing the parts, let's adjust and add some work instructions here. So the work instructions I'll add are weld fixture. And I'll say fixture this item. So I'm not going to do any the other ones here. I'm just going to use this as an example. But here's how I just created this here. So let's get out. And now let's go back to the station terminal. So now you'll see the station terminal is in the welding group. You see a picture of the terminal. It's running. And a user can go in and log in. So let's say a user logs in. And then they scan this SKU. And this SKU is recognized as being part of the new family we created, family 5. So the sequence of operations that we just created are going to show up. And this user can say they want to fixture the parts. And just like we did before, now what we just created is going to show up here. So I hope that was helpful. I think this is going to be useful for people who have this type of manufacturing setup. And let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.